It is November 2nd, 2024. I missed a week because I was in Hawaii, so there was no update last weekend. But I'll catch you guys up and I'll try to go pretty quick. So I had a vacation in Hawaii. It was good. No, vacation was awesome. We had good weather. We went to Maui this time. We were going to go last year. There were some wildfires last year, and we weren't sure. We weren't sure if it made sense for us to go or if it was going to be frowned upon. Like, do we give people space there, or is it helpful if we go as because tourism brings uh, adds value to the economy there? So we just weren't sure, and we just erred on the side of not. So we went to Kauai last year and Maui this year, but it was beautiful. We did the road to Hana, which was an awesome drive. So it was really good. I fully disconnected from work, which is great, but I did not disconnect from Brand Ghost. And I made some videos on my Code Commute channel. So if you haven't checked that out, I recommend it because it's my channel. Code Commute is where I vlog when I'm generally when I'm driving, like commuting to and from work. But I brought my camera with me and did a couple of vlogs from Hawaii because we had a couple of pretty big issues for Brand Ghost, none of which, yeah, like I have to take responsibility for them, but none of which were like, I don't know, like a design flaw, I guess. Both were unpredictable. The first one was that I didn't realize that our Azure resources had automatic scaling. And when I discovered that before going to Hawaii, I thought that I limited them so that they wouldn't. However, the way, like, I guess I misunderstood the user interface, it still had it. And we later discovered that every time we deploy, it resets the automatic scaling. So there are parts of the system that were purposefully designed to not be multi-instance because we wanted to move fast, and it's absolutely not necessary right now. In the future, sure, like I could imagine that will be necessary, but wasn't designed that way. So we had a bit of a surprise when we realized like our scheduler was running multiple instances. You might imagine what kind of impact that would have for social media posting. So got that addressed, but that was like a pretty, it was really confusing because I had already fixed it and it came back, and it's because the setting is like it gets recreated by Azure automatically. So that was absolutely unexpected behavior from the infrastructure. The other issue was that this one's really crappy. Our billing basically automatically disabled, so the credit card on file had expired, which is super embarrassing. But I got the message like Friday night when I was writing my newsletter, and it was like, "Hey, like, sorry, your subscription's off." And I was like, "Pardon me," and then tried tried using the site or like hitting the database and could not. So I was panicking. But the biggest problem with that is the fix is very, very, very easy. It's just add a credit card. The problem is that they need a Canadian address on the credit card, and I don't have anything at this point in my life that has a Canadian address for a credit card. So I was basically had my hands tied and had to wait for one of the team members on the East Coast to come online in the morning. So we got very lucky, but was definitely like a panic situation. Uh, I was pretty transparent in my code commute vlog on it, but like I was sitting there on the couch. I don't know, like it was by the time we fixed up everything, it was like 1:30 in the morning Hawaii time, and there were points in the evening when my team members weren't on yet. Like I was holding my head like almost in tears because I was so frustrated that like our entire business just like turned off, and there was nothing I could do. I had contacted Azure support. You can't even change your support plan. Like I couldn't even throw money at the problem to get an elevated support plan because I don't have a credit card on the file, right? So I was getting to the point where they were telling me it was going to be they through the normal path. They responded to me like on Tuesday, and this was Friday night. That's the SLA for the free tier, so it's not their fault or anything. That's what you expect. But I was like, I'm gonna pay more for support so I can get this resolved. Couldn't even do it. I did use social media to contact Azure support, and they did I'm amazed that they actually did this, because I feel like most, like I work at Microsoft, I don't work in Azure, but I feel like at most places they're just giving you lip service. But the social media folks are like, look, we can't do anything, but the best we could do is like let support know that like it's urgent. And literally that evening, actual tech support responded to my ticket, and they basically said, you're kind of out of luck. Like, ask a friend with a Canadian credit card. So I don't understand why. I'm sure there's very good reasons for it, but to me, it seems like a, maybe it's not that common, but it just seems like a really big, silly issue that someone can't take a credit card from any region in the world and just say, like, here's money, go use it. Your subscription account is truly tied to um, where the location of that account is. I feel like AWS is not like that. I could be wrong, but I feel like I never had this issue with AWS and I moved credit cards and stuff around. So maybe I'm wrong. But anyway, it was all fixed. It was just huge panic. So when I came back from vacation, back right into doing connects and talent guides with my team. So the entire week was just completely swamped, having conversations with people and writing these career documents out. So that's not me complaining about it. I think it's one of the most valuable sets of conversations I have with the team, aside from the ongoing conversation. So it's just a ton of work. So I have one more. No, I have two more left. One I'm definitely doing Monday. I am I'm waiting on a document still. It's been over a month, so really hoping this individual can get it to me on Monday so that I can spend Monday night writing a response. I would meet with them Tuesday to go over it. So I need, like, the reason why this is such a pain in the butt is like, once we get into November, my CVP will be coming after us and saying, hey, why aren't they done? Because they gave us a month. So not really a good excuse anymore for me or anyone on my team. They gave them ample time. So yeah, just want to move through that. So that was work. Dev leader stuff has been a little challenging, just on the YouTube side in particular. So sure, like, I'll be transparent, right? That's what I do on these, because it's kind of like a diary entry. But over the last week, or I guess even in Hawaii, yeah, it started in Hawaii. Hawaii was the first week in the almost 2 years that I've been consistently running my YouTube channel where the growth has started declining. And you might say, well, that doesn't matter. Like, who cares, right? But it matters to me because what I have been told by people that run large YouTube accounts is that it continues to accelerate, obviously to a certain point, and then you kind of level off. But I'm 2 years into this. I just hit 8,000 subscribers on the main channel, which is I'm excited about. But growth is slowing now, which to me is scary, because it means, like, I'll give you an example. There's 8,000 subscribers and I put out a video and in the first day it got like 50 views, which is scary. Like, that's no one. That reached basically no one. And that video will effectively just die off now. And I pay an editor for editing the videos, and it's my time. So I feel much better about doing it if, one, people watch it, because that means people get value out of it, and two, it's going to help me grow the channel. But when you put out videos and no one watches them, it's like, why am I doing this? Like, that's the feeling that comes up. So I just have to keep reminding myself, like, it's just a phase and I got to keep going. But it's super discouraging, right? Like, again, it's not so much like the cost of editing it, like that sucks too, but like, I like, the way I look at this is like, I am trying to offer value to people. And what's really kind of interesting is, like, you kind of have to think about this from like how publishing content works with a video. When someone sees the video, all they're seeing is a title and a thumbnail, and then the first few seconds on preview if they mouse over it, or it's like starting to autoplay on their phone. So I could, and I don't, but if I had the best video that's ever been created, ever, and no one even gets impressions for it. Like it's never put in front of people, or it is and they don't click the because of the title or the thumbnail, they will never see, the best video that's ever been made. Now, I'm not saying my videos are the best that's ever been made. What I'm trying to say is it doesn't actually matter how good the video is if people don't click. So, this kind of happened early on in my video creation, and I'm gonna work with my video editor to have him do thumbnails now, because the reality is, like, even when I had a YouTube coach like over a year ago, we talked about this. Like, this is going to be the limiting factor. And I've had people, I've had other creators with like almost 30,000 beyond. Like, I've had people say to me, like, I don't know why your channel doesn't have more. And I'd like to believe that they're not just trying to, blow rainbows up my butt. But it makes me wonder, like, am I just really holding myself back with thumbnails and titles? So I'm going to try it out because it is frustrating. It's demotivating. I'm not going to stop, but like, I guess, I don't know, unless you make content, like it's kind of like, why am I doing this? Right. That's the feeling that you get. So you lose motivation and engagement to do it. Conversely, when things are going well, you're like, oh man, it's exciting. Like, how do I do this again? So it's a bit of a vicious cycle. I just wanted to share that because that's what's going on. And I think it's important to kind of document that in my journey here. So otherwise, I got to wrap up a course this weekend, and that'll be the 6th Dome Train course. And we got more coming. So I'm excited for that. I think it's going to be awesome, but it's career focused. So more of those on the way. But yeah, I think that's it for the update. Oh, I should mention Brandgo stuff aside from the mess ups. Got more people onboarding. We have paying customers. So like, this is cool. We've, by definition, like, we have exceeded what Meal Coach did in a couple of years by all metrics, which is super cool. There's some creators that are onboarding and saying, I immediately see the value proposition, which is great. There's going to be others that don't, and we understand that, but we're trying to kind of massage our messaging to make it massage message. That sounds funny. I didn't mean to pick two words that basically look the same, but that's funny. We're going to alter our messaging so that it becomes a little bit more obvious. And what I mean by that is, right now when we post recurring content, that's a bit of a new concept for people. They do it already manually, and they schedule their posts manually, and they recycle their content manually. But the concept of something that does this automatically for them is like there isn't something that's doing this. So it's a bit of a mindset shift, and we think that there's some creators that see it right away and others that don't. So instead of kind of losing that portion, I don't know statistically what it is. We don't have enough like metrics to tell us, but instead of losing those individuals, because there's going to be a large amount of them, we want to make sure that they can still onboard and get value. And then actually over time from using the product, we can move them in the direction of using the topic streams, which we feel like, one, will allow even more people to use the platform. And number two, like, we can build solutions that help people organize content into topic streams. So more work for us, but we think it's going to be awesome. But that's the direction we're heading in. We are just about to finish landing like one-off posts and scheduled posts, because everything else has been these recurring topic streams. So that'll be a huge value add. I think there's a potential user that basically said, like, I'm signing up as soon as you have that. So that's cool. But yeah, I think that's mostly it. So thanks for checking it out. That's my update. It's kind of covering 2 weeks, but back at it. And I'm going to be recording course videos as soon as I stop recording this. So I'll see you next time. Take care.